As I walked through the door, I was greeted by the sight of my boyfriend in tears, holding a pregnancy test and an envelope marked with my sister's name. My heart dropped into my stomach as he looked up, his eyes red and puffy, mouthing words I couldn't hear over the pounding in my ears. It felt like the room was spinning as he tried to explain, his voice cracking with every word. The pregnancy test, I learned, was positive, and my mind raced with questions and accusations, each one more damning than the last. How could this happen? How could my sister betray me like this? The envelope trembled in his hands as he passed it to me, and I opened it with shaking fingers. Inside was a letter, written in my sister's handwriting, confessing everything. She apologized, begging for understanding, explaining that it had been a mistake, a fleeting moment of weakness. But how could I ever forgive such a betrayal? My boyfriend was visibly shattered, caught between his love for me and the mess he had created. He swore he never meant to hurt me, that he was drunk, confused, manipulated. But hearing him try to justify the unjustifiable only made my blood boil. I couldn't stand there any longer, not with the walls of our apartment closing in around me, suffocating me with their memories. I stormed out, needing air, needing space, needing to think. My mind raced back to every moment over the last few months that seemed off, every time my sister seemed too interested in our relationship, every time my boyfriend seemed distant. I realized I had ignored the signs, blinded by trust that now felt like a fool's hope. The pain of betrayal was sharp, cutting deeper with each step I took away from the life I thought I knew. Days passed in a blur of anger and heartbreak. When my sister finally called, her voice was small, full of regret, but it was her revelation that stopped me cold. The baby wasn't his. She had lied, desperate to cover another betrayal, another affair, pinning the blame on him to protect herself from another man's wrath. The twisted web of deceit shattered any lingering hope for reconciliation, leaving me to grapple with the shards of trust and love that once bound us all. It was a cruel reminder that sometimes the greatest betrayal lies not in the act itself, but in the lies we tell to ourselves and others, thinking we can escape the inevitable fallout.